Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following message that you are going to be listening to, it comes from a narration of a message that I received. The narration reads like this. Hello brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I have my own story that I want to share with you, and I am asking for advice. As for me, the name that I have, there was this auntie of mine who was my father's sister, but she passed away when I was still very young. I don't even remember her because she passed away a very long time ago. So when I was born, that was when my father decided to give me my auntie's name. So growing up, I always saw that I had this good luck that always followed me. Little did I know that the spirit of my auntie was the one that was following me. The spirit of my auntie, wherever I go, it is the one that makes people to favor me, to give me anything that I want. I am always favored, especially at any place that I will be working. The bosses there, they will actually favor me above the rest of their most experienced workers. I have been living a life like this ever since I can remember. So after school, Brother Nashi, I then came to South Africa. When I came here, I never had any hope at all. I thought that maybe I was just going to be a maid, work for an Indian family, then return back home. But my auntie's spirit had other plans for me. When I arrived in this foreign land, I started working for this other Pakistan man who had a restaurant at this taxi rank. The amount of money that I was making at that small restaurant, it was never enough. I was always struggling. So one day we were waiting for this other man to come and deliver some cold drinks at that restaurant. Then that man came. He was a Greek speaking man. He came and he complained that one of his drivers was not at work, so he was the one who was actually doing the deliveries. When we were busy checking the stock that he had delivered for us, that was when he looked at me and he said that I just have this feeling. I said, what kind of feeling? He said, the feeling that I am having in my heart is that I need to know you much better because I want you to work for me. This man then told me that even though he had came for the delivery, but he operates an OK Foods franchise, several of them, and he wanted me to be part of his team. I was really happy, but my Pakistan boss, he was angry, especially when that man said, can I have your number? I then gave that man my number as well as I took his number. Then when he had left, that Pakistani man said, delete those numbers. I do not want you to communicate with him. But my brother, I said, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I need to leave this restaurant so that I can do something better with my life. I contacted that man and he said, it is okay, you can come to work. I went for the interview, and initially at that shop, I was supposed to work as I'll be busy packing the stuff on the shelves in that shop, but I only worked doing that for a couple of days. And this man, he then said that I want to give you a promotion. He didn't know why he was giving me a promotion, but he just felt it in his body. Little did I know that it was the spirit of my late auntie that is always walking in front of me. That spirit of my auntie, this is the spirit that makes people to give me all of these favors that I do not even deserve. I then started working as a supervisor within a short period of time. Then this man said that at this shop where you are working, I know that I have given you an employment opportunity, but I feel as if what I am giving you is never enough, and I just can't give you anymore. So I have this other friend of mine. He also operates a chain of restaurants that are called Ocean Basket. So do you want to go and work there? And he said, yes, indeed, I want to go and work there. My brother, when I was taken there, I was then told that I had to go back to school and I had to learn how to become a restaurant manager. I am talking about a girl who came to this foreign country without any knowledge of I am talking about a girl who came to this foreign country without any hope at all, but here I was now going to school at the same time, learning on the job from the best people in the industry. I was taught very well. I was motivated, and my brother, I then became a restaurant manager. So when I returned back home, this was after I had purchased my car, my grandmother then told me that I am supposed to become a Sangoma. I am supposed to become a traditional healer, for this is what the spirit of my auntie wants. My auntie, she was a traditional healer when she was still alive. I refused, and my grandmother said that if you refuse, then unfortunately you are going to suffer the consequences. Please do not try to fight against the spirit of your auntie, because she has been patient with you for a very long time. You think that all of these blessings that have been brought upon your life, they are blessings that just comes from nowhere. It is the spirit of your auntie that is operating in your body. I said, no, that is nothing but a lie from the pit of hell. I said, no, this is a lie from the pit of hell. It then happened that one day when I was busy driving, and I was driving on the freeway, I then fainted whilst I was driving. But my brother, up until this day, I do not even know how come I didn't end up crashing into a tree or having a head-on with an oncoming vehicle, because I was traveling at a very high speed. But when I was woken up by this other policeman, I found myself parked by the side of the road. It seemed as if the car had actually parked itself, and those police officers told me that when they passed me, they saw that I was just there and I was sleeping. And when they stopped their car, when they came to knock, there was loud music. They tried to knock and they realized that I had fainted. And when they kept on knocking the windows, I then woke up and I found out that I had fainted for about 30 minutes. So I do not even remember what exactly went wrong, but what I know is that I just fainted whilst I was traveling at a high speed, but I didn't have a crash or anything. My grandmother said that the spirit of your auntie right now, since it is still very patient with you, it is still protecting you, but do not try to mess up with it, because you are going to regret. If this spirit abandons you, you are going to be so poor, so much poor, that you are going to be homeless, eating from the dustbins, and I do not want to go there. I have come here on your platform. Please give me advice. What do I do? Are these things real, of the spirits of your ancestors following you, telling you that you have to become a traditional healer? I do not want to become a traditional healer. No, I am still too young, because I am only 23 years old. I have achieved so much in my life. I do not want to become a traditional healer. This is not only the case, Brother Nashi. When I started making love, I only enjoyed making love to a man only once. My first boyfriend, he was the one that I was at the same school with. He was the one who deflowered me. And the first time that we slept together, his manhood was as hard as a rock. The next time when we tried, Brother Nashi, I actually insulted him and I said, you are wasting my time, because we were coming back from school. He then said, come, let's go into the bushes and give me something, baby. We then went into the bushes. His manhood refused to work totally until I insulted him and I said, how dare you waste my time? And as I was growing up, I have dated a lot of men. Any man that I date, there will be a problem of erectile dysfunction. I once spoke with this other guy whom I asked what exactly was happening to him. I thought that these guys were the ones that were to be blamed. But this guy, what will happen is that when he will be coming to my place, or when I will be going to his place, he would actually send me pictures of his manhood that will be as hard as a rock. The moment that we'll go to bed, when I will touch it, then the manhood will just start to suffer from erectile dysfunction. This has not happened once, but it has happened over and over. Any relationship that I try, this is what happens. Even if we try to force to have intercourse, nothing will happen because the thing will be so small. It will be very painful, Brother Nashi. I can't even make love because of the spirit of my auntie who wants me to be a traditional healer. This guy then said that each and every time when I am with you, I feel so nervous, as if there is a spirit that is there with us, and this spirit will be threatening to end my life. So I can't function properly with that spirit threatening me. This is where I am right now. I am asking for advice. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear sister, and that was a narration of that message.